Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the concept of the Muhurta, taking out or selecting auspicious time for any of your tasks. Because guys, whenever it comes down to all those important events, this could be the favorable, pleasing events like listing your house for selling, buying your house, or starting any of the process of immigration. We all the time wants planets and the omens to support us. Or this could be events like where you have to get any of those surgery done and you want it to happen as per the prescribed norm. So we all the time are looking forward to the right timings so that the omens are supporting us, which is not a very complicated process. In this video, in a very layman language, I will try to explain you the concept of that. And definitely guys, this video or this topic, I will try to explain you through two case studies. Now first case study is going to be of an event regarding which Hindus all across the world have been earnestly waiting for. This is going to be the consecration of the Lord Rama's idol or Lord Rama's temple in the Ayodhya, the birthplace of Lord Ram. And second case study is going to be one of the random query which I received a couple of days back, and I will try to explain you the logic which any astrologer uses. Because guys, even at the time when I explain any of the weekly transit results or monthly horoscope, I always say this thing that whatsoever is promised to you, the day on which it is going to be delivered to you, moon in the transit in your chart has to promise that. And whenever we talk about omens, whenever we talk about the auspiciousness, then nakshatra also comes into play. So all of that we will try to discuss in this video. Now guys, one more thing which I want to add over here is that because definitely I do not want to make you guys biased with too much of the do's and don'ts which any ardent or devout Hindu person follows. Like the way, for example, if you will go by the Hindu doctrines, right now we are going through the Malmas, the month of Malmas, in which all the auspicious events are prohibited. So I will not try to include so many ifs and buts, just theoretically on the basis of planets, their role in your chart, and whatever your aspiration is, how to select the right date or time for yourself. Because guys, you know this thing that for the purpose of the Muhurta, we take into consideration the transit of moon. Moon stays in one zodiac sign for around 2.5 days, and it stays in one nakshatra for a day. So that wheresoever you are living, at the time of the sunrise, wheresoever in whichever nakshatra moon is going to be transiting, that nakshatra will definitely have a say in the overall theme of that day of yours. So guys, definitely let's first start with the case study number 1, which is going to be regarding the Lord Ram Temple's consecration ceremony. So guys, the timing which has been selected for this auspicious holy event is on January 22, 2024, 12:20 p.m. in Ayodhya. Now guys, definitely if you will go by the Hindu Panchang, so because Lord Ram was also born in the Abhijit Muhurta, so and the date is also aligning with, because at that time moon is going to be transiting in the Mrigshira nakshatra. It is going to be the Amrit Siddhi Yoga and Sarvarth Siddhi Yoga. Basis that the whole timing has been done, has been calculated. Now I will show you the chart of that specific time which I have just mentioned. So guys, during that time it is going to be the Aries Lagna is going to be rising over at that time. Second thing is that we have to see the placement of the luminaries first of all. So definitely moon is going to be exalted in the second house and in the Mrigshira nakshatra. Now guys, when we talk about the Mrigshira nakshatra, it is being ruled by the planet Mars. This is also the nakshatra of the Lord Shiva's wife Parvati, and even the moon god Soma is also strongly connected with this nakshatra. This nakshatra is considered as very auspicious for the installation of the religious like idols in the temples and all of that. Second thing is that Mrigshira nakshatra has got a Prinana Shakti, which means the power to give fulfillment. And definitely guys, this nakshatra also resonates with the emotions and feelings of the millions of Hindus living all around the globe, because it has been a long battle to get this temple, like to have Lord Rama's idol being consecrated in this place. It has been long battle. So and because Mrikshira also represents a long search, a long pursuit before landing at whatever is destined for you. Second thing is that, guys, definitely when we talk about Lord Rama, so sun plays a very important role, because it has been written in our holy scriptures that Lord Rama belongs to the solar dynasty. So because of which, if you will look at the 10th house, sun is going to be rising in the 10th house. Along with that, if you will give attention to the 11th house, so Saturn is definitely is going to be transiting in its Mool Trikona sign Aquarius, within Aquarius in the Sadbisha Nakshatra, and it is going to be in the 11 degrees of the Aquarius sign. Now guys, you know this thing that when we talk about a temple or a consecration ceremony which has seen a very long time period of battle, so Mars acceptance is very important. Saturn is supporting that, which is a very important indication. Second thing is that you look at the 9th house of Dharma, of the fortune. So over there you will see that Mars, Mercury, Venus. So the thing is that there is a Parivartan Yoga taking place between the ascendant and the 9th house, which in itself is a very fortunate timing for getting this event done. And not only that, guys, even if you will look at the Navamsa, so in the Navamsa, Jupiter is definitely going to be transiting in the in its like exaltation Navamsa Pada. So Jupiter is going to be in the Cancer Navamsa Pada, which again is a very fortunate alignment. So now guys, the point to be noted over here is that whenever it comes down to selecting any auspicious timing for any of the tasks which you have to undertake, so you have to see that moon in the transit bases your ascendant chart, it has to be in a supportive house. That is the first indication. Second thing is that the planet which represents that energy, where that planet is transiting. Like for example, if your task is something to do with education, then Jupiter becomes important. If it has something to do with surgery, then Saturn and Mars will become important. So if it has something to do with the housing concerns, real estate related concern, Mars will definitely become very important. And lastly guys, whenever we talk about omens, the energy of the nakshatra becomes very important. Like if you have followed my playlist on the nakshatras, all the nakshatra has been attached with a specific gender, with a specific temper, and the task which you have to perform has to fall in sync with the temper or the guna or qualities of that nakshatra. So now guys, after this I will give you a second reference which is going to be of like a query which I received. So this person has to get a surgery performed in order to remove the adrenal gland, because due to a cancerous tumor kind of situation. So definitely the person wanted a date which has to be in sync with the task which this person has to perform, and it was supposed to be performed in this month, in the month of January only. So now guys, the minute I opened up the chart of this person, I saw that the person has got a Capricorn Lagna. Now guys, over here if you will see that for this whole month, Mars is already transiting in the 12th house. And you know this thing I mentioned about surgery, and I mentioned this thing that Mars becomes very important for all those objectives. Second thing is that the person is also in the time period, in the dasha of Ketu and Sun. So Ketu supports surgery. Second thing is Sun is the lord of the 8th house, which also represents surgery. And third thing is that the minute you will look at the time period, so Vishakha Nakshatra could be a favorable nakshatra to get this thing done because of the temper or the innate nature of Vishakha, which also is a supportive indication for the ferocious activities or destruction, getting something removed, or getting or operated by surgical blade and all. That is considered as favorable for that. And because Vishakha Nakshatra falls in the Scorpio sign, so that also means that during that time when moon is going to be transiting in the Vishakha Nakshatra, it is going to be transiting in the 11th house of the native. So success in your endeavors. Second thing is that Mula Nakshatra could be a supportive nakshatra for that. Now why I mention this thing? Because moon is going to be transiting in the 12th house, and as per the dasha, because the person is about to finish the Sun Antardasha, and the next Antardasha might not be as fruitful for this as much as when you are in the sub period of the 8th house lord. So guys, the point which I'm saying over here is that there is no such thing as some houses auspicious, inauspicious. It all comes down to that the task which you have to perform transiting moon and nakshatra and the temper of that nakshatra, the guna and the qualities of that nakshatra has to be completely in sync with your task. So guys, after that, Mula nakshatra, because for moon to be transiting in the Mula nakshatra, which will fall for this chart in the 12th house. So again, for any of the hospital related proceedings, moon transiting in the 12th house is a favorable alignment for you. And lastly guys, when we talk about Kritika nakshatra, Kritika has got everything to do with cutting down things. All those people or any of your tasks which has something to do with working with the sharp edge tools, weapons, being operated upon, or any surgery has to be done, Kritika could be auspicious time for that. So Kritika nakshatra, which falls in the domain of the Aries and the Taurus, will fall in the because the day which I selected, at during that time moon is going to be exalted from the ascendant of the native in the 5th house. So guys, ultimately eventually all what I wanted to say is that with these two case studies, one of the consecration of the Lord Rama's idol in Ayodhya, and second is with this case study, I just wanted to give you the reference that when it comes down to selecting any auspicious timing for any of the tasks you have to perform, it is not that complicated process. All what you have to do is that study your chart, do a proper analysis of your task which you have to perform, and find a suited day when moon is going to be transiting in the nakshatra and in a house which is getting completely aligned with your task. So this is something guys which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.